A good logo must create good impression and kindle curiosity in the audience. It helps meet a company's branding objective just as it serves as a reference for the audience. Hi, this is Praveen from PicMaker. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to design logos with actionable tips. Knowing the key principles of logo design provides the foundation to create something unique and impressive. Here are the 3 logo design principles you must follow. We can never stress enough the importance of a unique original logo. A logo will attract and remain in the memory of the audience only if it's unique and easily distinguishable. Think of those that are memorable to you and understand what sets them apart. That's a good starting point for designing your own logo. When you look closely, you'll probably notice the use of blue in most logo designs. Blue is the first choice logo color. It symbolizes a brand's professionalism and rationalism, fostering a sense of trust and security in a brand. Green, purple, and red are also good colors to use for your logo to distinguish it. This logo is unique for a professional photography studio. It is a minimal design with a unique touch. Designing a logo with the right balance and proportion is key to appeal to people's senses. This essentially refers to the distribution of elements in a design to create a visual appeal. Not all design elements need to be distributed symmetrically, but it's important that color, contrast, typeface, and scale are balanced and have an equilibrium. Proportion is the weight of each element that's part of a logo. Striking the right proportion will give it a wholesome look. If you look at this logo, it incorporates balance and proportion to give it a professional, wholesome look. Scalable logos are adaptable to different sizes and thus become a voice for your brand anywhere. They can be printed on large billboards while being adaptable to also be etched on smaller objects. However, scalable logos must look their original self and be easily recognizable regardless of where they are printed. The key to achieving scalability is to not include too many details. The designer must also create the logo in vector format, which helps with rescaling the design. This is an example of a scalable logo. The designer opted for simplicity while experimenting with typeface. The principles of making a good, impressionable logo might sound simple and clear. However, knowing whether to start and putting your ideas into action can be challenging whether you are a beginner or someone seasoned with logo design. The following list of design tips will help you create a unique brand logo. Choose readable, web-friendly fonts to make your logo design professional. More importantly, using a legible font is key to effectively getting your message across while retaining the reader's interest in your logo. This logo template uses Montserrat font with the subfamily extra bold applied to the text alpha and medium applied to the text constructions. Not only Montserrat a great choice of font, here it informs the viewer of the brand name instantly. If you choose a brush script or a handwritten font, ensure that it is legible even if it is small. Colors have the inherent ability to elicit primal sentiments in people. A great logo takes advantage of this attribute to emotionally connect with the audience. Picking a complementary color palette for your logo is a great way to bring out positive feelings in people. A complementary color palette uses colors that are at opposite ends of the spectrum. This creates contrast and persuades the viewer to pay attention to the logo. Take this logo as an example. Black and white offers the maximum contrast needed for this design. And the choice of color palette helps the viewer to focus on the logo. Spacing and alignment can make all the difference to a logo. Especially, the designer must ensure that text and word spacing, design elements and margins are centered and even. Proper alignment provides balance to your logo, and gets the viewer to focus on the key elements of the design. This logo features multiple layers of text along with the cup and saucer, but everything is aligned properly. The line spacing is even, which makes the logo uncluttered. The saying, "say more with less," is essential to bear in mind when designing a logo. Not all logos have to be minimalist, but if you can create a simple logo that conveys your intended message, then it's not necessary to crowd the design with undue elements. Ensure that the visual elements you include create a lasting impression on the viewer. Here is an example of a minimalist logo that still does its job of communicating the main message. Long after your viewer has come across a brand logo, what sticks with them is not the text or the color scheme. Instead, it's the iconography that remains in the memory. Take this logo as an example. The designer has creatively included the knight as part of the letter H. This makes the logo stand out for the viewers. That's not all. The icon represents the Chess Academy Rough Horse. People love mysteries and novelties. If your logo can capture the viewer's attention and transfix their eyes on the design longer, it will lead to better memory and recall. Therefore, once you have nailed down the fundamentals of your logo, think how you can add personality with an element of surprise. After all, what is a logo if it doesn't reflect the uniqueness of your brand? Here is the logo with an element of surprise. The letters U and H are intricately connected to form a glass that contains juice. While the logo has the brand name Juice Shop, the quirk played by the designer makes it more memorable. Timelessness is another important trait of an excellent logo. You don't want your logo for the time being. Some logos are updated frequently to retain their freshness, but a great logo today must retain great 10, 15, 30 or even 50 years down the line. This logo has a characteristic of a timeless logo. The designer has incorporated only a few colors, so it is simple and unique. With PicMaker, you can create logos that make your brand look brilliant. Which of these tips is most suitable for your upcoming logo design? Share it with us in the comment section. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing so you don't want to miss the upcoming tutorials. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I'll catch you in the next one.